What's up, everybody? And today we're checking out some breaking news from Sky News that as of recording this at 11 a.m. on Thursday the 21st, Sky News released this thing saying that an RAF plane was dangerously intercepted by Russian fighter jets over the Black Sea. And this was reported 16 hours ago. So in the early hours of Wednesday night. Late Wednesday night, early hours of Thursday morning. This is going to be super interesting. Obviously, we know that Russia isn't doing very good right now. They're not doing very good. We know this. We've been analyzing it on this channel for quite some time now, watching the footage and looking at the statistics, seeing insane statistics like the amount of casualties Russia's taken, the fact that 94% of casualties in Ukraine are done by drones, all this insane stuff. And so to see this headline that an RAF plane, the British RAF, was intercepted by a Russia fighter jet over the Black Sea. We're going to be checking this out. Link down below to the original video by Sky News. This is probably going to get copyrighted because it's Sky and they're very strict with their stuff. But we're going to analyze it. We're going to see what they're talking about. Before we get started, though, check out Chug. 10% off. Link down below for the best drinking vessel in the world. Get yourself one of these. Fill it with your beverage of choice. This summer, around the fire, for me, it'll be my beverage, Morale. Go check it out if you haven't already. 10% off. Link down below. I don't want to waffle on too long because I actually want to hear about this. Let's see what's going on.
Hello, good evening. The Defence Secretary, John Healey, has accused Russian pilots of dangerous and unacceptable behaviour after they intercepted an RAF spy plane over the Black Sea. The ministry...
An RAF spy plane. So we've got a few things going on here. An RAF spy plane, but I'm guessing it was in international waters because it was in the Black Sea. Or international airspace, you could say. But it was intercepted, mostly probably because Russia are worried that the UK are doing something there.
...of Defence says that one Russian Sub-27 aircraft flew as close as 6 metres to an RAF Rivet joint aircraft. That's close enough to trigger emergency systems.
Within 6 metres? Good God, that is close. That is very, very close. This is a spy plane. Let me see if I can get any more information on this. I'm going to Google it real quick. RAF interception, Russian aircraft. Let's see if we get any more information on this. 2 Russian warplanes repeatedly and dangerously intercepted an unarmed RAF spy plane over the Black Sea last month, said Ministry of Defense. So this has happened, and we're only just reporting on it now. A Russian Su-35 fighter approached the Rivet joint surveillance aircraft, getting close enough to trigger its emergency system, disabling its autopilot. The Su and an Su-27 jet also carried out 6 passes in front of the RAF plane, getting as close as 6 meters, 19 feet from its nose. Oh, geez, that's actually quite damning. That's actually quite serious.
The RAF aircraft was carrying out a routine flight in international airspace and was unarmed.
Okay, so it's in international airspace. It's a routine flight. It's unarmed. This is intimidation tactics from Russia.
Well, our security and defence editor, Deborah Haynes, has the very latest.
Well, it's this really dangerous activity that the UK is revealing. They say that these Russian jets were repeatedly and dangerously intercepting this RAF Rivet joint, which was flying over the Black Sea a month ago. Okay, so it was a month ago. I have to say, there's always a lot of noise about Russia threatening Britain, right? They're always threatening, saying, oh, we'll do this, we'll do that. You know, don't want to get involved. You don't want to what? The truth is, Russia doesn't want a war with NATO. Like, there's the last thing Russia wants. Russia's losing against Ukraine, and the moment NATO can get involved, good God, they would be absolutely wiped with wiped from the floor. So Russia don't want this to happen, right? So why are they doing these intimidation tactics then? Is this something that is compartmentalized within their air force and therefore not getting enough traction from higher ups? Is that what it is? Because you can get this compartmentalization where the rhetoric coming out of Putin and Russia is, we will attack you if you come near us, right?
The truth is, secretly, Putin knows they don't want that. They don't want to do that whatsoever. They literally do not want to do that because they'll get absolutely demolished. But because the rhetoric is so strong and the propaganda is so strong, is the compartmentalization of their Air Force or whoever, whether it's their Navy that's flown these Su-35s, is it because of the compartmentalization and the propaganda that they're like, no, we'll keep threatening them if they come near us anyway? Do you get what I'm saying? Like the kind of stabbing themselves in the foot in a way.
The UK says that this plane is a reconnaissance aircraft, it's unarmed, and it was conducting routine operations in international airspace as part of efforts to protect NATO's eastern flank. We don't know exactly when this happened, but the details we've been given of what the UK says the Russians were doing are pretty alarming. They say that one of these aircrafts, an Su-35, flew as close enough to the rivet joint to trigger its emergency systems and disable the autopilot. And the second...
That's obviously a very threatening movement. That's a very, very threatening, very, very dangerous movement.
Russian jet, an Su-27, conducted 6 passes of this British plane in front of the aircraft, flying, like you said, as close as 6 meters from the nose. Now, I understand that a rivet joint typically flies at about 500 miles per hour. There's up to 30 crew on board, so just one mistake by those Russian jets could have been absolutely deadly.
Yeah.
And to give a sense of just how seriously the UK is taking this, we understand that the Ministry of Defence and the Foreign Office have demarched the Russian embassy to condemn the pilot's behaviour, and there's a statement that's been released by John Healey saying that this incident is another example of dangerous and unacceptable behaviour by Russian pilots.
Yeah, I mean, of course it is. It is incredibly dangerous, incredibly stupid for them to do this. Russia don't want this. Like I said, they'll threaten the UK as much as they do, right? But if they ever went to war with NATO, they would just have their ass handed to them. And so they don't want this. And so what we're getting here is ridiculous behavior that is unnecessary. Some might argue this reconnaissance aircraft is obviously there because Russia is fighting and they're getting information from Russia. No, this is protecting NATO's flank. And so this is a routine check to protect NATO's flank, to make sure Russia isn't going in there secretly and doing stupid shit.
He said, let me be clear, this incident will not deter the UK's commitment to defend NATO, our allies, and our interests from Russian aggression. Now, you might remember back in 2022, a rivet joint was caught up in another incident involving a Russian aircraft when the Russians fired a missile in its direction. I believe at the time it was concluded that that wasn't in any way deliberate, but it said that this incident, this latest incident, is the most dangerous confrontation that the UK has witnessed.
I mean, at the end of the day, if they keep doing this...
Since then.
If they keep doing this, that's the end of the video there. If they keep doing this, have these surveillance aircraft being protected by F-35s or something like that, and the moment Russia start pissing about, give them a warning. If you get within this distance of our aircraft, we will shoot you down. Just say that. If you get within, you know, I don't know what a safe space would be around our aircraft, right? Whether that be 20 meters or whether that be 100 meters. But you put out a statement, or NATO puts out a statement that says, if an aircraft comes within this distance of our aircraft and we've given multiple warnings and you do not listen to them, we will take action and shoot them down. Put out that statement, and then if it happens, actually follow through with it, and they'll disappear. They won't do it again. I guarantee it. Love to know what you think in the comment section down below. There was supposed to be another video out today, but I've pushed the 2 videos that I recorded a day later. Yeah, I wanted to get this video out because it's more breaking and pressing news. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Check out Chug. If you haven't already, go get yourself a morale. At the end of this video, you'll see suggested videos. Go check out the Mac Loop suggested video. Other than that, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.